Well, let me just go in. I'm going in. So y'all see the title about pocket watchers. I'm going to be carefully selective as to how I go about this because it does need to be addressed. I am, as a person that has been in the hygiene community long before I started my channel, not even realizing there was a community for it, there have always been pocket watchers. What are pocket watchers? My definition, pocket watchers are the people who watch what you spend and they automatically assume that you don't have your priorities in order. And this is not shade to anyone that I will never bring up here on this channel because I'm not going to give that type of power and attention to something so negative. I'd rather address it here to encourage you all maybe some ways or suggest some ways to deal with it. Yep, I became the student for a while, and so now I must share. Well, I'm allowed to share now. By the time you all see it. Pocket watchers, this is not cute. When you are watching someone's pockets and watching what they spend on things, and they're getting things that maybe you have never considered getting, or you considered them by your standards of sophistication, then ultimately you find yourself becoming jealous. You need to remove yourself from access to that person, from trying to keep up with them and pocket watch them. And I've seen it start up with the hygiene collections that people share online that they amass. It's beautiful to see that they have amassed collections of the sorts. That's great. Now, I'm not going to tell you what my goals are of aspiring to have a collection. And that's not because I care what people think. But the thing is, a person has to do what they feel is right for them. And what is right for you, I'd like to think that you're following what the Lord tells you to do, because that's what I do. But what we're not going to do is make it a thing to shame people and watch their pockets and try to attempt to calculate what they're spending their money on. Essentially, when it comes to beauty items or treating yourself, there is nothing wrong with treating yourself. I've had to come to that conclusion that there is nothing wrong after you have gotten, as long as you have your priorities in order. And you know what? I have to go out on a limb and say this as well. If you don't have your priorities in order, that's on you, and that is between you and the Lord. For real. But if you have your priorities in order, then what are you doing pocket watching? It's not cute. I feel like that's of a scarcity mindset, and I would go delve deeper into that, but that's the mindset that's scarce, not you. Pay attention to my wording. The mindset is scarce, which means you feel like, oh, well, I should just work and work and work. And then what do you have to show for it if you take care of your priorities and get them out of the way, and then you feel guilty treating yourself? You talking to a person that I'm on the other side of that. You deserve to treat yourself. No matter what that looks like, whether that looks like you just doing nothing all day, do that. Whether that looks like you adding 2 more products or 2 more perfumes to your collection, or fixing your hair, going to get your hair done, whatever that looks like, you deserve to treat yourself, as long as your priorities ain't in order. I've already addressed the side that said, if you don't have your priorities in order, well, you're gonna keep messing around and you're gonna keep finding out. Okay, that's all. That's all. And you're gonna know what that's like. Pocket watchers, they fall into a couple categories, and I'm not going to stereotype these. And see, the thing about it is, if you become so engrossed in minding your business, you don't have time to pocket watch or pay attention to what others are doing. Even the Bibles, there's a reason why that folks that mind their business, they stay out of a lot of trouble. They stay out of a lot. They really do. When I started my YouTube channel to share knowledge here with you all, that when I began to sit here and, okay, I'm buying this and buying that, my collection is nowhere near the girls on TikTok and across the whole internet's here. I just like to make sure I'm not running out of things based on the pocket watchers, and based on on the things that I have faced outside of this channel. You ever see my collection? Yeah, that remains to be seen. It's not fear at all. It's not concern for what people think. It's just that if you have the scarcity mindset that you don't need to treat yourself, or you need to feel guilty treating yourself, laying down and resting, whatever your definition of rest looks like, then you have some more growing to do in that area. That does not make you better or worse to anybody else. That just means you have some growing to do. It's just in a different area than that person that you're pocket watching. That's all. And see, the thing is, even if you're on the other side of it like myself, be thankful for what you have. Because some people can't amass it at all, or some people make them feel guilty about it. It's just something. But the pocket watching is not cute. I love seeing the collection. It's very inspiring. It teaches me that you don't have to buy everything and amass everything for happiness, because happiness is not in things. Happiness is and the true joy and peace of life is really found in the Lord and having a relationship with him. But he still wants you to have nice things. I mean, I want you to look at the track record of people. Solomon, anybody? One of the wealthiest men. And when people think of wealth, they think of rich. No. Think about it. So this message is to y'all, not necessarily the pocket watchers. So if you have pocket watchers and maybe it don't have nothing to do with you amassing a collection of hygiene, maybe it's something different. Or maybe, you have a hobby you like to do. You ain't bothering nobody. You ain't out here walking outside your front door and saying, whoa, good morning. Let me see who I can today. You ain't doing that. You mind your business totally, in totality. Go on about your business. Make sure you forgive those pocket watchers and just be mindful of what you share to those pocket watchers. That's my name for them. But this isn't cute in this community. It is not. Neither is it cute to say, oh, well, because you don't have this particular fragrance or this particular brand, or you still buy that brand. Baby, let me see where you started out. That's not shade. And it kind of falls in line with the pocket watchers, because you have the pocket watchers who feel like that, you shouldn't have that much and such and such. Unless you're on the other side of that and you've seen and been through what the person has been through, please don't do it. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Don't do it. And then on the other side, you have the pocket watchers that will say, because you don't have particular things that are not valuable. Baby, I will still rock my Dove. I will still rock my Christian Dior. Everybody starts somewhere. You work with what you have, because the Bible says, well, if you are faithful in even the little things, that means the things you currently have, he'll make you rule over much. So if you are thankful for what you have, then the much is coming, where you could have those more sophisticated, more pricey brands you want to have, and whether that's hygiene or whether that looks like something else different to you that you would like to acquire to have, whether you're the pocket watcher or whether you're dealing with pocket watchers. Forgive the pocket watchers, forgive yourself if you're the pocket watcher, and learn to be thankful for what you have. That there's truly no reason to sit there and watch a person's pockets if their priorities are in order. And it's really, truly you're not entitled to know that, if you think about it. Because they're grown adults, grown folks. But just be mindful of that. There's not a problem at all with you treating yourself. I just thought it was something that I needed to address, because I figured one day, and a lot of times, I will share vlogs with you all, and there's no haul. That's because I didn't get anything. It is the grace of God that I have the self-control. I can go walk in the store and not buy anything. That's a beautiful thing, because that teaches me that I don't have to have everything to be happy. I can admire these things and still share my joy of seeing them in the store with you all here. But if you guys are seeing it, y'all let me know y'all thoughts, and don't be ashamed. You don't owe them no explanation. The only one you know owe the explanation to is the good Lord. If that means you going to the store and you getting yourself a nice bottle of fruit juice. I don't drink, okay? It's either Martinelli's sparkling juice or either Welch's sparkling juice. Just juice. That's it. It ain't nothing else. And pouring in a nice glass bottle, whatever that looks like to you, treating yourself. There is nothing wrong with that. So long as you are not doing anything that displeases God. If you'd like to see more videos like this where I share these girl chats like this, then on either side I'm going to put a playlist for you all to enjoy. Until next time, don't let them get you down. Love you. When I think about love, it's one of the bravest things that you can do. It is patient. It is kind. It does not envy or boast. And it'll keep you on the coast of not being rude or self-seeking. Nor is it easily angered or seething mad. And it keeps no records of wrongs. It has no pleasure in evil, but it rejoices in the truth. And most of all,